Can we come back to financials? Because we kind of skipped over it pretty quickly. I mean, they did not perform particularly well on Friday.
Oh,
Jim,
that's it. Really?
After earnings.
Really, David?
Really?
How about horrible?
Okay, you want to use horrible? I'll just say
I'm
not
going to do horribly. Led by Wells Fargo, which I could make a very good case for Wells Fargo, but I'm not going to do it right now.
And then in the era of big banks, I mean, Bank of America, we see it's going to potentially open lower, although you can see how the financials are lining up. I mean, what's your take on the quarter? I'm looking here, at a note quickly from Piper Sandler. Negatives include trading revenue miss versus guidance, lower than expected net interest margin, higher than expected expenses. They do note, obviously, the buyback is nice at $3.1 billion. And they had a higher reserve release.
Net interest income was good. You've got a terrific situation in the expenses. Why? Because you see, they tried to make it so that, say, employees get $100 for a child care. There's been a tremendous move by Brian. I'm talking about Brian Moynihan, be able to keep his employees safe, spending a lot of money. That hurt their expense ratio. I think that they continue to have a problem with the yield curve. You need the yield curve. You need more business, David. All of these things are just things that happen, but you need more loans. One of the themes about Carl, if you look at Friday's conference calls, whether it be Wells Fargo, whether it be Citi, whether it be JP Morgan, there are many things that may not be going right in the country, but boy, our balance sheets of individuals are the best they've ever been, and all of the banks would admit that. Now, we know that there's still a tremendous number of people who are being left out, and that's why Janet Yellen is so important. Jamie Dimon talking about how that 40% of America makes $15 an hour or less. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. But the people who make more, Carl, they're stashing it, or they're buying cars. The car lease numbers are very good, buying houses that are outside the city, but they have nowhere to go. And we keep remembering that travel and leisure looks like it's spent too much. We spend too much money on airlines, too much money on hotel rooms. So that money's being sent back to the people who have it. The people who don't need all the help that Janet Yellen can give them.
Yellen is expected to talk not just about the coming COVID relief package, but also the fact, Jim, as you point out, that the recovery was K-shaped even before COVID hit. There's a look at Senate Finance, and we'll also hear from Lloyd Austin up for defense, Tony Blinken up for state, Mayorkas DHS.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.